Hello, goddesses. We are finally uploading our first video to YouTube that is not an introduction of moi. And we're going to discuss shadow work. I know. I can hear the excitement in your voices right now as you groan. But as I mentioned during the introduction of this channel, shadow work is going to be vital to what we're going to be doing on our healing journey. This is going to give you just a little bit of the information that is on the Patreon, which I encourage you to join if you so choose. But anyway, introduction to shadow work. What is shadow work? How do we do it? So shadow, or what is the shadow? What is shadow work? How do we do? Okay. The shadow is, according to Carl Jung, who is a famous psychologist who you may have heard of, says that there are parts of us that we hide from the world. Okay. That's basically what it is. It's the parts that we're hiding, shadow. It's your shadow. Boom. I'm done. Just joking. Okay. So yes, that is what your shadow is. It is the hidden parts of us that we do not show to a society. That's your shadow. Makes sense, right? Shadow, hiding, shadow. Okay. So then you would say, okay, Cass, well, possibly, how did I get the shadow? Again, as I mentioned earlier, there's things that we are told in society by families, unsavory, you know, you're a bad boy if you cry, you're a bad girl if you show anger, that kind of thing. But it's basically conditioning that we receive from society, family, even ourselves, because I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, I beat myself up all the time about everything. So even I create shadows to myself, and I'm on here trying to stop that process and trying to prevent you from that process. So that's why we're in this together, my friends. Anyway, I digress. So that is how your shadow is created. It's something that you are hiding because somebody told you it is not okay. All right. Again, if you want more information about that, my Patreon. What is shadow work? Right? That would be the next question. What is shadow work? Shadow work is obviously the work you're going to do to bring your shadow to the light. Oh, okay. Meditation is the type of thing where, somebody triggers you and you sit with why that person triggers you so bad. You sit with ill feelings that you like, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, you just sit with why somebody triggers you. But anyway, shadow work is mainly done by journaling. I think most people journal. As I mentioned in my previous video, maybe it was on Patreon, maybe not. Anyway, previous video, I mentioned that journaling can be done either with a notebook, because some people like to write. You can do voice notes. That's something that I hadn't thought of until recently. You can type it on the computer. I personally can't do that because I have squirrel brain. So I usually will sit with whatever it is that I'm trying to uncover, whatever it is I'm trying to expose to the light. I just sit with it, try and trace it back, and then go from there. So that's something else that you can do. You can also, obviously, your therapist would be able to help you with that as well. And if you have a therapist, but if you don't, I mean, you can still start the healing process on your own. You're just going to need to truly, truly do it. So, Cass, why do I need to do some shadow work if I'm trying to heal? Ain't nobody trying to bring up the past. Ain't nobody trying to. Okay. Think of it this way. You, my friends, are a full glass of water. Delicious cold water. However you want to picture it. Maybe you have crystal light in you. Maybe you have little chunks of ice. Whatever. You're just a nice glass of water. Okay? You are full to the top with everything that has been put inside your brain. Everything. So you're a full cup of water. Full glass of water. Sorry, full glass of water. I forgot I said glass earlier. So, as society and the world and the universe is trying to put all of this good stuff in your full glass because of all of this stuff that your subconscious is trying to keep hidden, and I'm putting that in quotes, hidden, so that you don't have to confront it, that takes up so much of what's going on inside your head that all of this stuff that's trying to come in that could benefit you can't, because your subconscious is taking up a bunch of stuff, and then your day-to-day stuff is taking up stuff. So you are full to the top, and any good stuff that tries to get in just flows over the side, right? So whether somehow we have to make room for that good stuff that's trying to get in, whether that is pouring a little bit of stuff out, which would be the negative, okay? Or you can just remain full of the yucky stuff that is weighing you down, and then nothing good will still get in. So it's up to you on whether you want to create some space for good stuff or leave everything full. If you choose, my friends, to get rid of some yucky stuff so that you too can start a healing journey and let some good stuff in, I encourage you to look into shadow work meditations here on YouTube. Well, I don't know if I can do that and not get in trouble. There are some really good shadow work meditations here on YouTube. I will, you know what? I was going to say I'll try to link them, but it probably won't let me. You can message me. I believe I could get messages on Patreon. If not, I'm also on Instagram, Cassie's Place on Instagram. If you find me on Instagram, it'll have the same picture as what's here on this channel. Message me, and then I will send you the links for the shadow meditations that I've done. There was one now. Oh, anyway, I digress. Shadow work is your friend. Definitely feel free to do the work on your own. If it's something that you would love to be part of a community in order to hear other people's stories, just know that you're not going through it alone. Because for me, I felt so alone during this process. And fortunately for me, I had a really good friend named Michelle who helped me talk through a lot of the stuff I was going through. So I love you, Michelle. I also had a wonderful therapist who got me through a lot of it as well. So definitely utilize your resources. If you decide that you would love to have a community of people, I'm trying to build something up on the Patreon. It may be that Patreon is not the way to go, and maybe we just come up with a way to do some Google Docs and a Discord. Who knows? I'm not sure. I would love to have a community of people that are like-minded, that's wanting to heal, that's trying to just do the damn thing so we can all be better people. If this sounds like you, hit me up on Instagram or Patreon, and let's see if we can get this community built. So that said, have a wonderful, wonderful day, my beautiful goddesses, my lovely people, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.